So I've been trying to get Mastershots to work ever since I got the Dji Air 2S, and I just can't get it to work. I'm assuming it's because I'm on the very edge of a controlled airspace and I am capped at like 350 feet. And the Mastershot wants to go above that, but I'm going to take it a little bit further out to see if I can get it to work. Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Big Ball Vlogs. I do reviews, news, everything walking, and every once in a while I'll do a tutorial. And today is probably going to be a tutorial, but if this video is educational or somewhat entertaining, please consider smashing that like button and maybe subscribing to the channel for new videos when I post them. So yeah, like I said, I've been trying to get Mastershots working since I got the Dji Air 2S, and I have not been able to get it to work. But I also have been getting in my normal flying area the safe flight warnings that you are in a controlled airspace and your ceiling is about like 325 feet. So I drove out about 3 more miles to my other flying field here, and what we're going to do is we're going to try, I know the wind's coming in from the back, so I'm going to turn a little bit. Either I turn from the wind and you get nothing, my face is kind of like washed out, or I turn away into the sun and you get all wind. What we're going to do is we're going to try to get Mastershots working. This is the first time I've actually tried it. If you're not familiar with the Mastershots feature, it is a new feature on the Dji Air 2S. You may be familiar with the previous features on the Dji Air 2S, which were the quick shot modes, which are the autonomous modes that you can just like highlight yourself and it would do an orbit, it would do like a rocket, it would do all these different type of autonomous flight patterns for you. And what Mastershots is supposed to do is fly you out of video, like using different autonomous movements, but it's going to fly you out of video to give you like this little, quick post to the internet, fully stitched together video using different flight modes that you don't have to pilot. It's a little bit bigger than the quick shot modes, the individual quick shot modes, and kind of maybe like stitching them all together into one bigger thing that's going to give you a video that you can just post directly to the internet. So like I said, I've tried it several occasions, could not get it to work. I went online, and if you haven't seen me in my previous videos, I don't like to watch other videos so I mentally or subliminally regurgitate something that someone else has said. But I went online to see how to get it to work. Seems like it was pretty simple to work, but it didn't work. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to walk out in this field, and since I've never really used it, this is probably a better place to fly at because it's a big open field versus where I was at. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know how it's going to fly. I want to see what it does, and I want to see what the output is, and we're going to do this together. So let's get this thing up in the air. I'm going to flip it around because I'm actually using the phone again to actually fly and record. But when I flip it around, I'm going to be into screen record mode so you can see everything that's going on. So let's get it started. All right, so we got an active track recording right now. Like I said, we're just gonna walk out into this field, and we are going to pretty much get it running right from the middle of this field and see how it works. I've done an active track video. I think it works pretty well. I'm gonna go into parallel real quick. Just going to parallel. Parallel, let's hit go. All right, you got me? Come on. I'm gonna take it all the way out to the middle of this field. This thing is having trouble because the wind's blowing right in my face and it's backing up, back going around. All right, so let's get her in real quick. I'm about out in the middle of the field. I'm going to stop. I'm going to bring her in real quick. And we are going to go into Mastershots. Now, like I said, if you're not familiar with DJI Drone's Mastershots, it's going to stitch you together a video that looks similar to what you see on the screen right now. It's going to take all these different flight patterns and put them all together, and at the end of it, it's supposed to give you this dynamic looking video. And like I said, it probably didn't work for me because it probably has to go pretty high to do it, and I was capped at 325 feet. So we're going to get this started. We're going to click out of this, and the cool thing about DJI drones is it automatically notices the target. So we're going to go in, and it is going to tell us that we have an estimated flight time of 2 minutes to complete this whole master shot. Now, if I click on this little drop down here, you are able to adjust the parameters of the actual flight pattern depending on how big of a place or space that you have to fly in. Right now, I've got like your width. I'm assuming that's how wide it's going to fly from side to side, set to small. I've got the length, which means how far it's going to go back and forth from away from me. It's going to be set to small. I got the height set to small, and I've got the start point set to auto. Yep. So what that means is it's just going to fly its own autonomous. But if we wanted to change that, if you look in the left side of the bottom corner, if I click on this and I change that from small to, let's say, medium, as you can see, the flight pattern gets bigger. And you can, like I said, if you're in a smaller space, bring it down. If you're in a bigger space, make it a little bit wider. I'm going to go into small because, again, I don't know what this thing is going to do. I don't know how far it's going to go. And I wanted to shoot the video without crashing into a tree, because if it's going backwards, well, actually I have rear obstacle avoidance sensors, but I do not have any sensors on the side. So if it's doing like a orbit, I don't want it to crash into anything. So with that said, because like I said, I couldn't get it to work before, and I'm getting a little bit of this obstacle avoidance. I'm going to back up a little bit. We're going to hit start. We're going to see what it's going to do for the first time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hit start.
2.
And it says watch out for surrounding objects. So I'm glad that we did this here. It's now start in the starting position. And it's going to start off with a droney. From a droney, it is zooming out, and now it's going to do a circle. Interesting enough, I wish you could see this. The circle that it's doing, the drone is actually not facing me. It is actually turned away from me so the obstacle avoidance sensors can actually work, and the camera is actually facing me, and it's doing the same thing now. The drone is actually facing to my left, and the camera's actually pointed directly toward me. So that's actually pretty cool. You can actually control that. A lot of people don't know maybe that you can control the camera on the Mavic series drones by pressing down on the screen and holding left and right. It will drag the camera left and right and up and down. Some people just think you can only do up and down, but yes, you can actually drag the camera all around. And if the DJI goggles still exist, or if the new DJI goggles are going to do it, you had the ability to head track using the same type of feature. It would turn the camera left and right. Okay, so we are into, let's see, the pitch up, fly forward. Like I said, you would have to fly all this if you wanted to do it with quick shots. It's not exactly on me. It actually marked, as you can see, it marked like a home point. It didn't actually mark me, it marked a home point. So I'm actually not at that home point. Let's see if I can move into it. I'm moving away from it. Yeah, it's not marking me, but it's actually marking a home point. It's doing all the little dance. And right now, as you can see on the screen, it says that we are at 82%. And it is doing a camera straight to descend. So it's just straightening down, putting the camera straight forward and descending on top of me. It's pointing down again. Camera down and descend. And it is doing a little orbit. And it says that it's returning. So that video must be done, as you can see in the screen recording. It's returning, and now I have a little window here in the bottom right. I guess that showed me a little preview of what that video was doing, which is actually pretty cool. So now that we're all done, we're gonna go in and see if we can find that video. Let's see if I can find it by going here. And what I have now is a 2-minute quick shot. And what I'll do is I will play this to let you see how it came out in full HD. All right, so yeah, it kind of did what it said it was going to do. Again, you're definitely going to need some open space because you have front and rear obstacle avoidance on this thing, but you do not have side obstacle avoidance. So, yeah, but given the way that it was flying, I did notice that it was taking into account that it might fly into an obstacle sideways. So again, it was the orientation of the drone was pointing one direction while the camera was pointing a different direction. Did everything autonomously. I didn't have to touch anything, and it flew that out, and I think it worked pretty good. When would I use it? Me personally, don't know if I would really use it that often. Even though I love the autonomous features of the DJI drones, I don't know if I would use it that often because me, I like to fly out my own. Like I know what I want to do. And while that video might be a great little, hey, I'm on a vacation, I got to whip this drone out real quick and get a 2-minute video without having to, you know, make it into a 5-minute video, then cut it and edit it. I don't know. I just think I like to have a little bit more control than the drone gives you when you do those autonomous movements. But, you know, every now and then you need some B-roll or you need some cut film, and it works pretty good. So again, I wanted to get out here real quickly and show you the new feature for the DJI Mastershots. Pretty cool feature. Again, every DJI drone comes out with a new feature or a new option that kind of one-ups the previous version. And this one is going to one up, I think, anything that you currently will find on the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. So you got the 1-inch sensor, you got the obstacle avoidance, top, rear, and front. And now you got Mastershots, and it's probably still a little bit less with the addition of OcuSync 03. I don't know how you would have to make a decision on which one to buy at this time. So hey, I'm done here. I got to get home. I got to get ready for work. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Talk to you later.